Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Listen, good morning, Don Dons. How y'all doing? This is my first live after my birthday, and listen, we got a lot to get into. We have a very full show this morning. First of all, before I open up with anything, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Bang that notification bell so that you don't miss anything that we have coming up. All right. Let me know if y'all can hear me in the chat as well, because I hate to just really be talking and y'all can hear me. Let me know if y'all can hear me. As you see on the thumbnail, we do have a very busy show. I did premiere a video over on YouTube this morning in regards to Kiki coming over to my birthday dinner, child, and my Taco Tuesday birthday dinner, child. She dropped some tea. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to also talk about the Mexican reporter in the Shanquella Robinson case. Okay, thank you guys. In the Shanquella Robinson case, is just now turning over the photos to the authorities after you already broadcast them all over the YouTube. Hmm. For a person that didn't really know too much about YouTube, this seems a bit strange. We're also going to talk about Southwest. They are currently being sued. We are going to talk about Juan Dixon. Okay, we're going to talk about Jen Shah. Her sentencing is scheduled for tomorrow. And we are going to talk about Kel. All right. Listen, y'all, who we got? Like I said, we got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to talk about. Again, thank you guys so much for being here. Please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Listen, the topics that we discussed, they aren't that deep. You know what I'm saying? I don't know these people, and these people don't know me. But we're gonna talk about them today. That's just what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk about them today. So with that being said, I got to start off with channel announcements. As always, oh, excuse me, y'all. As always, got to start off with the channel announcements, okay? First again, hello to everyone. Hello, hello, hello. I hope you guys are doing well. Listen, first, I don't know what y'all waiting on, but y'all need to go on and get your goalies. All right, go on and get your goalies. I think they are still running a site-wide sale right now, with shipping and everything included. But if not, actually, even if you still use that, use my code. All right. It is the Chef Don Don. So make sure you use my code. Get your goalies, baby. These the ones that continue to knock me out, which is the sleep, baby. These are the sleep ones. So make sure you go ahead and get you some of these because you know it's worth it. All right. Get you some of them now. Get you some of them now. Get you some of these and take them with them sleeps. Oh, you gonna be all right now. Go on and get you some. Go on and get you some. All right. And then of course we have our immune as well. So make sure you go get your Goldie nutrition right now. Okay. Make sure you go get it. Make sure you go get it. All right. Now listen, I wanted to first just start off by saying thank you to everyone who wished me a happy birthday. Thank you to everyone for the gifts, the cash apps, the Venmos, the everything that you did to support me on my birthday, which was this past Tuesday. Um, this is the most love that I feel like I have ever received on my birthday ever, guys. And so I'm trying not to get emotional, but I really do appreciate you guys a lot, for everyone that was involved. Simply Elegant One, Prosperity, Ranting, Two Feisty, Francine, to everybody who was involved in any type of way. Thank you, Kiki, for coming on over and wishing me a happy birthday. It was greatly, greatly appreciated. I wasn't expecting some of the things that they did do. I definitely was not. I didn't have any control over anything. They were doing everything. So I appreciate you guys again. It was so much love. And again, y'all, I have never received that much love on my birthday before, ever. Like, I'm totally in shock. You guys have really just like outdid yourself with the love that I received on that day. Whether you told me happy birthday, whether whatever y'all did. Thank you so very much. It really did mean a lot to me. Thank you to everyone for my dinner. Like, everything just went everything was good. Everything was good. I appreciate it all. I appreciate it all. I appreciate it all. And so much love to each and every one of you who was involved. And so much love to each of you who showed up. Whether you came in just to like the video, you had other things to do. I totally understand and I get it. But I appreciate you. I appreciate you. All right. I appreciate it. All right. Um, yeah, the menu reviews was something else, child. That was something else. Like, I was not expecting that, and they literally got everybody that I pretty much don't like. Okay, like Clawfoot, Claudia, Jordan, that silverback that stay over there in the woods or wherever he stay at, they managed to get me. The Bishop Lamo, all these people, they managed to get me. So anyway, guys, I appreciate it again. Thank you so much. Into anyone who sent love, monetary love, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Any shout outs, I appreciate it all. Okay, guys. But listen, if you ain't get a chance to send over your if you ain't get a chance to send over your gift or whatever, you still have the opportunity to. Okay, okay, okay. We still accepting birthday love. I ain't gonna call it no donations or nothing like that. We're gonna call it birthday love, birthday love. And it's still here down at the bottom of the screen. It is greatly appreciated. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I did something that I just don't normally have the opportunity to do, and that was to be able to purchase something and for me. You know what I'm saying? But it's also going to help the channel because you guys are going to see a lot more cooking stuff. And so I wanted to find things that would work with me in the kitchen. That way we can get that going. But y'all, 2023, we are getting ready to do some amazing things here on the channel. 2023. I need you guys to be on the lookout. I would say very soon, very, very soon, you guys will get a teaser to something that I have been working on, and something that we have been just like y'all just don't understand. Y'all don't understand the night stand up working on this project or just doing it throughout the day. It has been a lot, but I am super excited for you guys to see it. So I would say in less than 7 days, you guys are going to see a teaser of some sort. It's something that just excites me. I'm super excited about it. But you guys are going to love it. I promise you're going to love it. I promise you're going to love it. But yes, be on the lookout for that, so that you guys can do the necessary things to see what that's going to be. Okay. I mean, y'all gotta stay tuned though, for real, because this is about to be absolutely amazing. Y'all ain't even ready. Y'all not 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 ready. I got like a little something in my gut. It's just that excitement that you get when you feel something. So yes, be on the lookout for something in less than 7 days. Okay, I promise y'all gonna love it. Let's see what else I got to talk about. Um, Again, thank you to everyone. I see like prosperity is coming in the chat. If y'all see me looking down, I'm looking down at the comments, but I do understand my camera is right here. Okay. What's going on, prosperity? I'm thanking you guys again because I think maybe you guys are in here now. But thank you to everyone who is involved with my birthday celebration. That is the most love that I've ever received on my birthday. And I think I would definitely have to say, y'all, this was a birthday that I will never forget. Um, It'll be a birthday I will never forget. And it has been amazing connecting with a lot of people, and you all show me love and show me that you guys love me. I appreciate it. Thank you to the people who even bought things on my Amazon wish list. Like that was super amazing. I want you to think that, you know, listen, thank you so much. I appreciate it all. It has been absolutely amazing. Um, Honestly, last year, y'all, this is why I say that you never know. I'm appreciative of a lot of things. Like you can do the smallest thing for me, and I'm so appreciative for it, right? But last year, like I felt some type of way because like everybody around me knew my birthday was coming up, and I like got re-gifted some wine that someone bought somebody else, and someone gave it to me because they don't drink it. And so when I say that you don't know what you do that really will make someone's year, make their birthday, make whatever the case may be, you just don't know. And so that really did. And I just wanted to appreciate you all for that. I had a blast. It was so much fun. Thank you to everyone who came up. Scotty, excuse me, Scotty, Jeremy, and to anyone who came up and wished me love. I appreciate it. And thank you guys so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I can rant on and on and on and on about thank you, so I don't want to do that. Thank you, Miss Major, for the birthday love. Again, I told y'all could keep sending it, baby. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, thank you, thank you. All right. Uh, so let's go ahead and get on into these stories, child. Hold on a minute. I'm kind of wondering why this looks like this. Hold on, guys. I'm kind of wondering why this looks like this. Okay, anyway, it is what it is. Okay, let me take a sip of this water and we're gonna get into some things, baby. We're gonna get into some things, and y'all be on the lookout. Y'all be on the lookout. Gonna get you some water if you got a CVS or Walgreens or a Circle K near you. I ain't getting paid just yet, but y'all make sure you get you some Zen water. It is alkaline water. It is so good for you, baby. It's so good for you. I love y'all right back. I love y'all right back. I do, I do, I do. Okay, I don't want to hold the people long. I don't want to hold the people long. Service is not going to be too long today. Service is not going to be long today. Okay. But we had to get the church announcements out of the way. And now we are about to hear a selection from the choir. Okay. The choir has prepared us a selection, and we have to take a listen to the choir. All right. The choir has a song, and it's a song that the choir has never sung before. Okay. It's a song that the choir has never sung before. Y'all put your hands together. Y'all put your hands together and welcome, 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 welcome the Beulah Choir. Beulah Choir, Beulah Choir. Gather around, Beulah Choir, Beulah Choir. Okay, listen, let me quit playing. Ooh. Okay, hold on, guys. Why won't let me swipe? Okay. So we're gonna get into this because I feel like this is only right. So this is the first story that we are going to get into. So give me just a second. Let me put it up on the screen. Okay. All right. So I know you got I have it really small right now, guys. I have it really, really small. But here's what I wanted to say about this Kel Mitchell situation. I'll make it bigger once we get into the actual story. However, we did a story last week where we talked about Kel Mitchell's daughter, and Kel Mitchell's daughter just blankly. She actually made a post on TikTok. Well, I guess that was just or Instagram that was nothing but words or something of some sort, right? So then she followed it up with the video, and we watched the video last week. But what we are here to talk about today is, the folks is digging up stuff. The people don't play. The people don't play when it comes to the children. Like, y'all do all this gaslighting and all of this kind of stuff like that. Y'all don't let your kids tell you what the truth is, and the truth may hurt, but the truth is the truth. Now, let's get into this. So this is what this says. That says court documents show that Kel Mitchell attempted to reconnect with his children after not seeing them for 6 years. Um, really? So this is what it says. So it says the Shade Room. So shout out to the Shade Room for this. The Shade Room has obtained court documents that show that Kel Mitchell attended. Uh, uh, he went to therapy, y'all, to reunite with his family, with his children, and his ex-wife in 2012. Okay, we talking about 10 years later, though. We, we're not talking 10 years later, though. Really? Child. Anyway, let's get into the rest of what this stuff say. So it goes on to say that again, that's not after seeing them for 6 years. Now, the documents revealed that Mitchell actively attempted to get visitation rights with his children for a few years. The parties were scheduled to attend court in November of 2012 to discuss Mitchell's reuniting with his children. Mitchell's ex-wife, is it Taisha Hampton, failed to appear to this court hearing. All right. Now, in court, Mitchell describes his reunion with his children as an emotional experience. To not see them in 6 years, to finally be able to see them, and my son was upset. He was hurt. My daughter was also as well. They would look straight out the window and not at me. They said that we don't want to see you. We have a father. Now, the actor posted a video on YouTube in 2013 sending a message to fathers unable to be with their children as a result of marital relationship issues. He revealed his own 7-year custody battle in the video as he kept the faith alive, saying, I know God will reunite me with my children. Now, again, this baby came out and said something totally different. But again, this is years ago though. And my thing is this: like, we talking about something that happened in 2012, and you don't think that your children are still have some trauma behind that? I mean, let's just keep it a book. Like, you already know. And here's my thing, and I said this when I done the last video. I said that it really bothers me that you are a youth pastor. You're guiding people to build relationships with their family and with their friends and with their loved ones, but you not really doing nothing either. I get it, you human, you gonna mess up, but I'm believing your daughter at this point. I'm just saying. All right. Now, and that to the people that know him personally, that know Big R, whoever you know personally, I still feel what I feel, even when it comes to The Master P and Romeo situation. They have apologized, or Master P has apologized, but still in that apology, he found a way. And I get it. I get it. You just at some point want to stop beefing, but you still made that thing, you circled that thing back around to you and what you've done. And I don't understand that. When we tell you where you're wrong, that does not open the door or the opportunity for you to be like, oh, well, it's disrespectful because I gave you this and I did this and well, you did what a parent is supposed to do or should be doing. Okay. My thoughts are this, and I don't think I will ever, because you're talking to someone who's been down a road and still continuing to go down a road of understanding where a child is at every point in their life because of the childhood trauma that they experience and still are experiencing. It's like a reignite of certain things when you start getting, when you're older, you're grown and you're trying to move on in life. But here's the thing, it messes up relationships and it causes trust issues no matter how you look at it. Because if I can't go to my mama about it, or if I can't go to my family about it, who who can I talk to? So it continues to drag, and it's like a generational thing, and it's going to continue to go on and on and on and on and on and on and on. My thing with Kel is this: you have got to make the relationship right as a father. I get that there are two sides to every story, but this doesn't prove anything. We talking 10 years ago. What does this prove?
Court fighting to see my children, fighting for visitation rights, and this has literally been going on for 7 years now, and it's been a spiritual battle for 7 years. And some men might be like, "Look, I'm throwing in the towel. I can't deal with this anymore," or giving up, or lost their faith in God. But I remain faithful, and I am happy to say right now, in the name of Jesus, I'm so happy right now to say that I've been seeing my children, and my children are back in my life, and I've been seeing them every week. It's been awesome. It's been beautiful. Um,
So here's the thing. I think what we are trying to prove in this very moment is that the relationship that Kel had with his ex-wife and how she was keeping him from his kids have absolutely nothing to do with what you choose to do as a father when your children get grown. Come on, it's an absolute choice in your mind what you choose to do at that particular point. And when are we going to accept accountability for it? That was years ago. We talking about now that your children are grown. Your children are coming out now talking about it. What are we doing? What are we doing? Again, your children are, I don't know the ages of every last one of them, but the daughter is grown. She even said that in order to see him, she had to drive to go see him, and apparently they live in California, so they live 2 hours away from each other or more. She lives with her boyfriend, but in order to see her father, she has to drive all the way to him. I've said numerous times, I don't understand why we expect so much from a child that you and here's my thing too. If you had been fighting for them all of that time, baby, where is the fight now? Where's the fight now? Where's the fight for the relationship with your kids? I don't care how old your kids get. You still want a relationship, or you should want a relationship with them. Why are you not fighting as they are adults? Hmm. Right. I agree. Major, he should most definitely. And that's what I'm talking about as far as like taking accountability for whatever it is that you've done. Like just take the accountability as a father and be a father. And your child is an adult. Build that relationship, build that adult to adult, father to daughter relationship. Like there's absolutely no excuse. And I don't think when people say, well, you need to listen to both sides of the story. Well, no, I don't. I don't. Because we're seeing it right here. And I'm going to always put the accountability on the person that it should be on. And in this situation, I put full accountability on the father. If you've been fighting, why did the fight stop? We're talking about a custody battle. Come on. We're talking about a possible custody battle. But when they get grown, come on now. Um, but I watched the court system turn away men who try, but the mother have more power over her in Ohio. If your money not right, you're not winning. Period. But I think this kind of goes back to this thing again, where we're talking about grown people now, or people who we don't really even have to talk about the court systems anymore. You see what I'm saying? Like we don't have to talk about the court systems anymore. And based off of the information that they're telling us is that they sided with him. He was able to see his children. I mean, but just bottom line, when you're not there, you can't be mad that when they grow old and they grow apart from you and they don't want to really have that relationship. You gotta, unfortunately, you gotta work extra hard. That's the truth. When you do not have that relationship, when you don't have that relationship with your child, you have to work just as hard to gain that relationship. And I say that because again, I feel like it would okay, so like in my situation, it's me working overtime for a relationship with my mom. But I feel like, and this is again speaking in my shoes, I feel like she should be working twice as hard to gain that relationship back. What you have to fight is the fact that somebody did adopt me. I mean, it's so much to it. But just speaking in general with Kel's situation, I do feel like again, as a father, if you were once fighting for your children, you should always have that fight behind your children. You stop speaking to them as adults. You're not trying in a relationship. You see what I'm saying? Like it's just not, to me, I feel like again parents have to work double hard if they really do want that relationship, because you can't really fault the child for what they're thinking about you and thinking about the relationship. And that's just real talk. I don't look, he may have some issues. I totally understand and I can respect that. I can. But one thing I cannot respect, and I will forever say this, and this may not be something that you guys agree with, but hmm, he got some work to do. He got some serious work to do based off of what we just seen, based off of what we've been hearing. Youth pastor, youth minister. We got to do better though. And right, those are my thoughts. LMV, were you really fighting though? Like, were you really fighting? So I don't get it. I mean, she's an adult now and says she has been trying to have a relationship and how much she has done while he makes excuses. And that's exactly what I be saying. Like these parents get up here and they gaslight their children with excuses about all of this stuff that they have done, but you're not taking any accountability for the things that you have not done. That's the part that I just be like, whoa. So again, them digging up this stuff proves absolutely nothing. It actually makes him look even more crazy because again, we are addressing something that happened in 2012 and we are in 2023 right now. We're not finna deflect. Let's talk about today. What are you doing today? Because it sound like you not building them bridges, you not building them connections, which is the same connections that as of you being a youth pastor, those are the connections that you're trying to build and that you're trying to mend together. Okay. Maybe, maybe, maybe I'm just thinking wrong. People need to remove the character that people once played that we loved and realize that they are flawed people. Absolutely. Absolutely. Who make mistakes and sometimes they're just not good people because he's wrong. He's the dad. Absolutely. 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 And I think, there were a lot of people who were literally, swinging, but you literally have to listen to the child's perspective. Like just because it comes from a child, y'all automatically think that it's wrong or it's incorrect about the way that they feel. And that's the reason why things are happening to um to our babies. Like, let's keep it a buck, bro. Like, let's keep it a buck. I want to drift off to something. Um, I'm gonna say this, and to those of you that know who I'm talking about, this may upset a lot of people, but I gotta say it. I gotta say it. So I watched. Shout out to the official Thais report. Y'all know I love the official Thais report. That man is so funny without even trying to be funny, but I love the way that he delivers his content. He did a story yesterday where he spoke about Bishop Wooten. I don't know if you guys know who Bishop Wooten is, but he is a part of the Church of God in Christ. And Bishop Wooten went on to preach about Beyonce's Church Girl song. He talked about Twinkie Clark because if you guys don't know, Twinkie Clark's song is featured on Church Girl. All right, Beyonce's Church Girl. Okay, Bishop Wooten decided to get up on his platform and uh publicly say some things that I don't agree with. And one of those things was there is a book that is out as of right now, and he said that the book is for children, but it's for children to come out about the things that have happened to them at young ages. He's basically saying that the book is, child, the corner word, right? But I have to say this, that mindset and that logic of thinking is so incorrect. He was saying that the book shouldn't be viewed by a 10-year-old, but I have you to know that there are people, and you know this, okay? There are people, there are babies who are out here being touched. There are babies who are out here just going through the uttermost at young ages. And because we want to keep a secret about what things are and what they should not be, you have no clue that your child is being touched or that your child is being. I'm trying to be very careful with the words that I say because y'all know how YouTube's algorithm is. However, I totally disagree with the fact that you will stand up in the pulpit and at this point in life, look, right is right and wrong is wrong. But at some point, we got to take the accountability as to understanding what is happening to our babies. So it's okay for them not to read and not to know what a wee and a PP is, because that's what we telling them it is at ages, but they're being exposed to what it really is at young ages. I just don't agree with a lot of ways that we try to put religion in things when there's a difference between religion and reality. And what is actually happening reality wise, it needs to be discussed. Stop taking it from these kids, because unfortunately the church is where they breed it at. See, y'all don't want to talk to me today. Y'all don't want to talk to me today. The church is where these things are happening at, but we can't talk about it. Mm. hmm. Hmm. Okay. I said what I said. The church is where a lot of this stuff is starting at, but we don't want to address it, or because we feel like the kids are not of age. But 6-year-old little Tommy coming to tell you that such and such is touching him, but you're not believing. He's 6 years old. He don't know what's going on. Really? Really? This is the way that we gonna do this in 2023? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We got to keep it a buck. And I don't know why we out here playing with kids and why we doing these things, not understanding that the moment that those kids go out of your eyesight, you don't really know what's going on and what is happening. You don't. You don't. We don't know what's going on in these schools. We don't know what's going on in basketball practice or football practice if you're not there. You don't know what's going on in them. Like, y'all don't know. But we're not having open conversations with children for them to understand what's right and what's wrong, and that they can come and talk to you and let you know what's going on that's wrong. I'm also speaking from experience. It ain't nothing to be played with. And it's really heartbreaking to see how we are absolutely raising our children right now. It's some of the things that we want to sugarcoat and bounce around, but they've already been exposed to it from your brother, from your man, from their own daddy. Like, let's talk about it. I really wasn't intended for this to go this way, but I have to bring that up because I get so frustrated with us not really understanding that we put boxes around our children and then be mad when they get 25 years old and they're just now telling us what happened with Uncle Bub. I exactly, exactly, by the age of 10, it's too late. They've already been exposed to things, and that really bothers me and it upsets me because it's like, why are we doing this? Why are we making it seem like this stuff ain't happening? And I'm sorry. You can still be whatever you want to be, your religion, whatever the case may be, but facts are facts. And a lot of what's taking place starts in the church, and we don't want to address it. We want to sweep it up under the rug. We want to hide it. We don't want to talk about it. But nah, start talking to y'all kids. And I ain't telling y'all to go blankly have a conversation about certain things. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying though, stop pretending like 10 is too old to be having a conversation with your daughter or with your son about what's right and what's wrong, what not to touch, what folks shouldn't be touching, what they shouldn't be doing. Stop. Again, you honestly, this is why I say when your kids get ready to go to school, when they get ready to go to the grocery store, whatever they're doing, you better pray a hedge of protection around your kids because you do not know what's going on out here at every given time. Unfortunately, there are people walking in school shooting it up. So we gotta do better. And I always hold parents accountable for those reasons. I get it. If you've given your child everything, your child still disrespectful. I understand those things. That's not what I'm talking about right now, though. We gotta love on our children and really understand and have conversations and real open conversations with them. Y'all can't wait till y'all kids get 16 to start having these sexual conversations with them, unfortunately. There are people out here taking advantage of 4 and 5 years old, 5-year old, 3-year old. Really? You know, I ain't got no kids, but I'm always speaking from my own experience. Never gonna get up here and speak from an experience, especially getting this deep into it. Never gonna get up here and talk like I don't know what's happening. I'm speaking from experience. My very own uncle, my very own uncle. I was too afraid to say anything. Why? Because my automatic thought was these folks ain't gonna believe a word I say. But there's a reason why I felt that way. There's a reason why I felt that way. If y'all ask me growing up, did I ever have a conversation about those types of things with my mother? You know why? Because it felt so like we don't ever have these conversations. So when I finally did have the conversation, I was grown. I was 18. Well, not grown, but I mean, again, I was 18. So this is a conversation that I wish I could have had years prior to when it even first started. Y'all, we gotta stop covering and acting like this stuff don't happen, especially if it happened to you. Especially if it happened to you. As tough as the conversation may be, you better suck it up and protect your children because you do not want the same thing to happen to them. I really was not intending on this. I'm about to get emotional, but I was not intending on this to go this way. I really wasn't. But it's really tough to sit back and see how some parents operate with their children in a way that doesn't give them that comfortable feeling that is a feeling of protection. I get emotional when I talk about this story because of the number one reason my uncle ain't never been to jail for this. In my mind, sometimes I can't go around my family because I know he's gonna be there. And even at my age, I'm not scared of the man, but I don't want to be around him. But what do? I put a smile on my face and operate as if things are okay. My biggest fear has always been, if this man is doing it to me, who else have you done it to? So we gotta do better. We gotta do better. We gotta do better. We gotta do better. We gotta do better for real, y'all. Like this, I'm seeing too many things happening to our babies. I told y'all I was so angry, and I still feel like those parents about that 11-year-old girl who packed her stuff and was gone. I still fought them for that because every detail that they gave, it gave the fact that they told that girl to leave or to go or to do this and to do that. And for you to get in front of us, you knew that she went with a 22-year-old from Instagram. You knew all of that information. How? That type of stuff angers me. We got to do better. We got to do better. We do. We got to do better. I just, every day, I'm constantly praying that this feeling will escape me one day. I don't care how much therapy, I don't, I just want this feeling to forever escape me. But I feel like I can't because that man is still around. So just taking my feelings and what has happened to me, how many other people have that man alone done this to? And have these people, you damage in the way that you feel about relationships and the way that you love people. Have conversations with your kids, please, 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 please. It may be hard, but please. You know, while I'm on that, I did a story on Martell Hair in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Um, hold on one moment. Um, I forgot what the jail site is. I was going to look up and see if he's been arrested, but there's a warrant been out for his arrest. That story, for instance, this man is being charged for incest. This man is being charged for R wording and touching children under the age, his very own children, his very own blood under the age of 13. And to listen to his oldest daughter talk about her experiences with her father when she was 8, how she said uncomfortable it made her because it wasn't something that she was used to doing. Y'all, again, pray that hedge of protection and pray. This is something else I pray for as well, and I think you guys should as well. Pray for God to give you the words, the wisdom, the power, that the things to say what you need to say in a conversation with your children. I also pray that because I understand that it may be very difficult for you to have that conversation. It could be triggering to you as well. I understand that. But let's pray, because those conversations have to be had, as triggering as they are. You got to talk about them. So I again was not intending this to go this route. I was not. But y'all know how much I advocate for children and women. Y'all gotta have these conversations. Y'all gotta have these conversations. And so I understand that sometimes giants really come, and we gotta really have our David on to fight that giant. And this is something, and I'm being extremely transparent. This is something that I feel like is a giant that I sometimes can conquer. I sometimes can beat him down, but child, he manages to get back up sometimes. You fight with the sword of the spirit. You got your helmet on. You got your breastplate on. You got on everything you need to fight this giant. But somehow the giant finds his way right back. So again, oh yeah, again, I was not intending this to go this way, but talk to your children. Talk to your children. We've heard so many testimonies of parents not knowing how their children really felt, or how the details. For instance, this Martell hair guy, the the oldest daughter did an interview with Gerald. Shout out to Gerald. Did an interview with Gerald, and her mom was there. And her mom said that this was the very first time that she's ever heard her daughter go into detail about what happened to her. So again, you never know until you have these stern conversations. I get it. We want to be mama bear. We want to be mama bear. But it comes first with you talking to your child before you put that protection mechanism up. Hear your child out first. You can't always want to go to the gutter first. Hear your child out first. Again, y'all, I'm sorry. I was not expecting to go down this route. I wasn't. But I think now you guys see why it's so triggering to see these celebrity parents get on social platforms and gaslight their children's feelings. I can't stand it. What Master P did to Romeo really that really made me mad. I was like, why are we doing this? Why are we continuing to get on a social platform to gaslight our children? And then they're bringing in the new year saying, "Oh, he apologized," but that man still found a way. He still found a way to be like, yeah, I did all this for you, and you're ungrateful and you're disrespect." Like, why? Why do we continue to have to go down that road? It's okay to say you messed up as a father. Fathers and mothers mess up all the time. They make mistakes. But the only way that you are going to fix that mistake is by holding yourself accountable for that mistake. There's no pamphlet to parenting. There's no pamphlet to being a child either. There's no pamphlet to 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 tell the trauma that you had with Uncle Bubba. There's no pamphlet. There's no booklet. There's no instructions. Just like there's no instructions on parenting. No, there's not. But we gotta do better. That still don't give you the right to gaslight your children, gaslight their situations, and it's so ineffective in so many ways. It's so ineffective in so many ways to gaslight your children in that manner. It's so ineffective. Right, right. I get it. I get it when we doing the best that we can. But what I do ask of you guys is to not gaslight your children when they want to have a conversation with you about what's really going on. Cause you never know. You never know. And again, I ain't telling nobody that they gotta be best friends with their kids or have conversations like that. By all means, I'm not saying that. But I do feel like, and this is me. This is me. Oh God. Mm. I feel like had I had the opportunity to have this conversation with my mom, I don't think I would be as hurt. But I literally waited until she was on her deathbed. So there are so many feelings that you never know what your child is experiencing. Like you just never know. And again, we hear so many stories of people saying that they don't know, they didn't know the details or the experiences that their children have, but their children are more comfortable talking to a complete stranger or doing an interview with a complete stranger to let them know what took place. I'm just here to tell y'all it ain't easy to deal with. It's not easy to deal with. And again, as parents, I know it's not easy to have those conversations. It's not, but we gotta have them. Hey to everybody that's in here. Please, please, please like the video. Please like the video. Uppity, I really want to read what you saying. We got to respect our elders down, but we don't have to but we don't have to respect your children down at all. I am never where my hug at. Uh Amy, I asked my siblings' children for permission to hug them, told them, etc. And first lesson I taught each one of them is no means no. Absolutely, absolutely. But I'm the problem because I'm like she don't have to hug. uncle or cousin. So yeah, and you know what's crazy about that? Like that's how my family was. My family was stern on respect. And like if you ain't walk in and address everybody that's in the room by name, you can't just my growing up from my adopted mom, you couldn't just walk in the house. All six of your aunties is sitting in the living room. You ain't walking in talking about, hey y'all. No, you speak to every last one of them because that's just the way it is, right? That was one of the reasons why I felt like, and I knew how close they were as siblings. I knew how close my family were, my mom and her siblings were. So again, I felt like if I tell her and then she tells all six of her sisters or all five of her sisters, it would have turned into something that I wasn't necessarily wanting it to turn into. Meaning, I ain't want him to literally know that everyone knew what he was doing, right? That's the reason why I waited. One of the reasons why I waited so long to tell my mom. But what's crazy is when I wouldn't speak to him, they would eat me up. You ain't gonna speak to your uncle. You ain't gonna speak. You ain't gonna speak. I don't have nothing to say to that man. But again, they were unaware of what was taking place. It's so many ways that could have went. But the ultimate thing is I didn't feel like I had that connection to talk to my mom about those things because of their sternness, because of it's so many feelings. It's so many feelings. In my okay, wait, hold on. Let me go back. I can't stand people. Hey, smart cookie, I can't stand people like that. If I say hello, everyone, that should be okay. I agree. But back where I'm from in the country, baby, you go down naming folks' names when you speak. Now, cousin, if the cousins is sitting there and a child, you was included in that. Hey, but I feel like elders, and I still even do that now. Like if I walk in a room full of elders, I do address them by their names. Just because it's just kind of how I was brought up. And then too, I'm very churchy, so and we were extremely churchy. So I feel like, addressing people by their name or elders by their name was just something that we always done. So it wasn't a big deal to me. Um, Growing up, I realized what that was, but yeah, it wasn't a big deal back then. I could never do my child like that. I treat my child the way I want to be treated, and I add, and me asking, I don't care how weird or uncomfortable it may be. I'm open to talk about anything with my child, and I'm so glad that you are that way because it's just so many parents that aren't that way, and I feel like again, y'all, we have to honestly take us out of it and understanding that we are raising our children in a day and time where anything is possible. Anything is possible. So unfortunately, sometimes we gotta scoot all that over to the side and scoot it over, scoot it, scoot it, scoot it, scoot it, scoot it, and have that real conversation. Yeah, yeah. Okay, y'all. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna drop the link because I do want to hear what some of you guys have to say. I really do. I really, really do. Um, I'm gonna change the thumbnail on this because I feel like the Jen Shah and Juan Dixon. I may do a separate video on Juan Dixon because I just found like the court documents and I want to share those. So I think I'm gonna do a separate video on Juan Dixon. But it kind of ties into what a little bit of what we're talking about when we talk about Juan Dixon right now is being he's named in a lawsuit as being one of the people who knew that someone was being groomed and blackmailed. Um, and it was an ex-player of it was an ex-player, and Coach Juan Dixon knew about it and ain't do his due diligence in speaking up on it. So he is named in a lawsuit. I do have those documents and I do want to review them, and we are going to do that together. Okay. Um because I want to. And I want the story out there. Yep. You're not gonna play with us. You're not gonna play with us. I don't like nobody that do that type of stuff. You just as guilty because you knew about it and you ain't say nothing. So we got to talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. All right. We also gonna talk about Jen Shaw, but I think I'm gonna wait till tomorrow to do Jen Shaw because if y'all don't know, she is being sentenced tomorrow. She's being sentenced tomorrow. The government is asking for 10 years, and she, her and her team and her attorney is asking for 3 years, with the rest of it being probation. Okay, but yeah. Mm. All right. So I want to open the floor. Look, you don't have to show your face or any of that. And if y'all see me doing that, I was crying, so my nose is kind of running a little bit. But if you want to come up and just talk, we could do it for a little bit. I do have to get off and go film. Here's well, I have about I can give y'all about 40 minutes. 40 minutes. Okay? 40 minutes. Hold on a minute. Let's see. And so, if you're just joining us and you don't know what we're talking about, we're kind of talking about the whole parenting thing. I did drift off a little bit into, you know, talking to our children at a young age. I did discuss like Bishop Wooten, um, and Bishop Wooten getting up in the pulpit talking about this book was straight up uh 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 child, um corno, you know what I'm saying? And talk about that the kids don't need to know what's going on and they don't need to talk about, sir, the victim is I mean the church is a big part of this. Like, get out of here. They want to drag them people. Hey baby,
Hey, Chef.
how you doing?
Good, how are you? I want to just send you love. I said that in the chat, but I just want to send you so much love. I've never experienced that, but I know some people who have, including my mother. And you really do. I agree with you. You really do have to be your child's first line of a defense. You have to be open with them, and you have to allow them to come to you or make them feel like they can be safe to come and talk to you. I remember my mom, and maybe it's because of her own experiences, where, the first time I told her someone tried to, it's another boy, like he flashed me, and she was like, "Do you understand that that's inappropriate?" and things like that. And from that point on, and that was in what, elementary school? Like, I think I was in kindergarten or first grade. And from that moment on, she would always just check in on me. And every year we had the talk, and she built on the talk. And she would just ask me, "Is there anything I need to talk about? Do I have any questions?" Because she felt like she would rather I hear things from her than people on the street.
Mm.
And that was before she was in law enforcement. After she got in law enforcement, child, it was awful. She was real graphic about things that she's seen and experienced and stuff like that. But she just wanted me to be informed and to be able to take care of myself. And I agree with that. And I mentioned in the chat the type of aunt I am, whether by blood or by just love. I do not force children to talk to me. I don't force them to hug and kiss me. My sister tried to be like, "Oh, give your auntie a hug," and I was like, "No, that's okay. I'll wait. I'll wait because they'll
Right.
eventually give me a hug and a kiss. I'll wait. I don't want them to feel forced. I want to be a safe space for them and any child if I'm part of their village. I want them to know Auntie Q or is a safe person that I can go to and talk to and be around. Even when I'm, my nieces and my nephews are here and I'm, bathing them, putting lotion on them, washing them, putting clothes on them, or even when they have to go to the bathroom, I'm like, do you need privacy? Do you need help? You know, when I'm putting lotion and stuff on them, I'm like, are you comfortable? Is everything okay? Because I'm just hyper aware now that I just want them to feel comfortable and that they can talk to me. And I think that's really important. And I also, again, I give you all my love.
Thank
I'm
you.
so sorry that happened with you.
Thank you. Thank
And
you.
you
I
are not
appreciate
wrong to feel the way that you feel. Your feelings are valid. And if you do not want to talk to that person or be around family because they don't understand how you feel or what you've gone through, that is okay too. And people should never try to guilt you for that. Never, never, that don't let that boundary go. Hold that line firm.
absolutely.
Period.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that. Thank you, baby. Thank you. I appreciate that. And your nieces and nephews got a good auntie because that's something that I don't do either. I don't force a relationship or force a hug, force any of that stuff because I just feel like again, children are gonna come around. They go based off of vibes. They go based off of what they feel. You know what I
Right.
mean? And it's possibly what they feel in that moment. I mean, you never know. A child might be triggered by you, and you've done absolutely nothing to them, right? But it's
Right.
something or someone that you're around that may trigger them. And I always use this story because I think this is crazy. So I used to go drop my nephew off and pick him up every day. And so my sister had told me she was like, I feel like there's this. It's a black teacher there at the school, and she's always at the front desk, or she's always outside when they pick up the kids and all of that kind of stuff. And um, every morning when I would drop him off, I guess she was like the hallway monitor or whatever for the children.
Hmm.
And my nephew, when I would pick him up and drop him off, he would walk so close behind me, like literally walking on my heels while I'm walking. And I'm like, why are you doing that? And he would do it every time that lady would get close to him and try to talk to him. And I told my sister, I said, I really think you be thinking he playing, but I really don't think he like that lady. I really feel like he's very uncomfortable
Right.
around that lady. Like I've never seen him do that. He's not even that type of child. He's like talk to anybody. So it's always weird to see him do that. So finally one day picked him up and he did that and it was his last day at that school. It was his last day at that school. And I finally asked him, I told him, I said, you are safe to let me know what's going on because again, you're not fit to see this woman anymore, and I just want to know. And he said, well, you know, she be talking to me real bad, and she be saying bad words to me.
Hmm.
So I was like, it really makes sense why he acts like that. Come to find out, they say she be cussing at the kids, telling them to get off the little bus and stuff like that, talking crazy to him. I don't even know if that lady still worked there. But the funny thing about it was that he always made me know that he did not like that lady. And I would
Right.
tell my sister, I don't think he's joking. And so I said that to say that kids go based off of vibes and they go based off of a lot of things. And if they just don't click with you, sorry, they just don't click with you. Allow them an opportunity to come around.
Right. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
It's a lot. Ooh-wee.
Yeah, and I mean, as adults, and even me, I've had to learn this. We got to get out of our feelings. Like, we are the adults, we have to get out of our feelings. And so, if a child tells you no, they don't feel comfortable. It's not disrespect. Just accept that and move on. Like, you don't know what's
Right.
going on. And again, I have been that way, and I'm like, dag, am I a bad person? But
Mm-mm.
the fact that I let kids come around to me, eventually they want to be around me. Because sometimes, until recently, I want to say the past maybe 5, 10 years, I was leery around kids too. So I'm like, yeah, we got the same energy.
Yeah.
Not sure
Yeah.
of each other. But now I'm like, it's okay. And I'll, talk to them, joke with them or whatever. And then eventually, if they want to come over and give me a hug, sit beside me, hold my hand, whatever, I feel like if that's the greatest achievement because I have apparently earned their trust in some way. And even with my own nieces and nephews, I joke with them. I'm like, oh, so we not friends today because you was all in my face the other time you visited, and now you like, I don't know. And I'm like, okay, I'll
Baby, I
yeah,
got a
I'll
niece
wait.
that's just like that, child, and will read me down today, and be all lovey-dovey tomorrow, child.
Right. And I and
I'm like, you didn't forget what you just said to me yesterday, but
right.
today's a new day.
Right. My nephew and my youngest niece are like that. I was like, oh, y'all sometimey. And I do joke around, but I do say this to my niece and my nephew when they be acting up. I be like, I fight kids. But and I joke about it, but I am kind of serious because if you need to be popped, you need to be popped. But I don't, you don't do the abusive stuff. Like we have to unlearn things. And I'm trying to be, more progressive. But child, but most of the time I'm laughing and they laughing at me and I'm like, you laughing, but child, you ever try me, it's gonna be on. Cause auntie's gonna love on you and spoil you, but you're not gonna be out here acting a fool. So
Period. Period.
but no, I mean, we just need to get out of our feelings and realize and I mean, I understand why we were taught the things that we were taught, even our parents and grandparents. But we have to understand that and the world was always kind of messed up, but we have to understand that we have to evolve and we have to with the times and also just do things with our kids differently because we're passing down generational trauma either from ourselves or they're experiencing it and I was talking to my sisters about that, like we were talking about just different things, just to as an aside with our dad, and him being in a nursing home and older, and he's diabetic and he's had 2 strokes because he's not taking care of himself. And right now he's not answering my calls. And I tried to, contact him over the holidays. And when I contacted the nursing home, I heard him in the background. He said he'd call me back, but he never did. I can count on one hand the amount of times that my dad has called me or texted me since April 27th. And I got mad at myself. I even talked to my therapist about this. I said I'm upset at myself for being disappointed and hurt that my dad, the one time that I would have thought my dad would have been consistently there for me, he has not been. And I'm like, but you know what? That's my fault for having that expectation. But to go back to what you're saying about parents gaslighting their kids, it's like you weren't there. You did some messed up stuff. Like you weren't there. We've tried to talk to you, tried to understand. I've even tried to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm like, I was once your young age when you had me. If you didn't know what you were doing, you were being selfish at the time or whatever. Fine, say that. We can have an adult conversation, but don't make me seem like I'm crazy for feeling the way that I feel. But I'm never going to get that from him. And now that he's not talking to me, I'm like, okay, well, I'm in the season of my life. I've had major losses. I don't want to count you into it, but if that's the way it be, then so it has to be, then so be it. But I can't have a relationship by myself.
That's facts. That's facts. That's
And
fact.
so, parents also have to look at what they're doing and how they conduct themselves with their kids. And like you said, if you've made a mistake, then own up to it. Listen to what your children have to say. And yeah, there have been times I've been mad disrespectful with my dad. No, no doubt during my teen years. But as an adult, I've apologized and I was like, I just want us to have a conversation.
Right, right.
With my mom, there are things that I would have wanted to say to her, and I have recently, but there's some things I'm never going to say because I know my mom will take that to heart, even though I'm having a conversation with her and I'm just talking and want us to talk. But I think she would take that too much to heart. But even with her, we've had conversations and I've been respectful. And I'm just like, just acknowledge that this happened and we can move forward, you know?
Yeah.
Even with my sisters, I'm like, if I have ever done something to you that you feel a way about, then let's talk about it.
Exactly, exactly. I'm like that with my siblings, but I'm done giving them the opportunity um to talk about it. Like I got two sisters that use my dad up, and then when it come time to be concerned about him or
Mm-hmm.
whatever the case may be, I'm the first person that y'all call. I'm the first person that's there for everything, that does everything. And it just gets so frustrating because it's like I've been through so much and y'all never give me the opportunity to feel loved, to feel appreciated. It's always I'm ripping and running, whether it's to give you advice or just to, I mean, anything. Like it's always me. And
Right.
I've always had an issue with that, even like and one thing about it is I ride hard for my dad, right? Even the
Mm-hmm.
stuff that we've been through. And he ain't been there all of my life for sure. He ain't started really coming around until I was grown and stuff like that. But the crazy thing is I go up for my dad, right? But I
Right.
always still call my dad out on his wrongs. And I feel like me being the sibling that I am, it does take me a minute to get. I'm more outspoken, of course, with my family. Most people are probably going to be more outspoken when it comes to their family. But for me, when it comes to them, I be kind of I don't understand like why you always come to me, but then when something happened to me, I don't even have access to y'all. And it's so crazy. It's like I can't even call you to be like, can you send a prayer up to Judah for me? Like, I can't do any of that. And it feels really weird how you guys can just find any type of way to contact me when you need me, but vice versa. It's not there. It's not there. It's crazy. And I've always said that 2000 and actually 2020, when I got the sickest ever, at that moment, I knew. Mm-mm. I ain't got y'all like like I can't do it. I can't do it. So last year was a very hard year, because we went through that cycle again where they're constantly calling me, telling me what's going on and what should we do, or can you do this? Can you do that? How do I do this? How do I do that? What I need to sign, what I don't need to sign, where I need to go, where I don't need. Like it just it became stress full, okay? And I don't like it. I just be tired of it. I be tired of them. I be tired of them. I be tired of it.
You
But
know,
this year,
and
I'm
that's fine.
focused on me and my content.
Yeah, and that's fine. And don't let anybody make you feel bad about that, make you feel like you're being selfish or disloyal. Because I'm going to tell you something. I do not agree with the comment where, and I get why other people feel that way, and it's commendable, but I do not ascribe to the blood is thicker than water because I have had friends, family that I have chosen that has been there for me more than my own blood sometimes. And yeah, and I try to be loyal to those who have been loyal and supportive of me. And especially during this time, I have taken note. I'm not trying to hold grudges, but I'm like, oh, okay, you're not who I thought you were, but that's cool, we're cool. but I'm not going to extend myself the way I probably would have in the past.
And
And
I'm the same way.
yeah,
Ain't we ain't gotta do that, like, because I feel like if we've been at this place before, and that's another thing, like if we've been at this place before, like, and I already know how you about to be,
yeah,
I just don't even open up those can of worms as being an adult anymore. Cause I don't wanna put myself in, you know how you said something earlier, and it was the expectation of having your father there by your side while you were going through what you were going through, right?
yeah.
And I had a best friend that always told me that my expectations were always set to what I want.
Hmm.
And I had to really think about that thing, and I'm like, I had a rebuttal, of course. You know, I'm a Capricorn at heart. Like, you ain't fit to come at me like that. I got a rebuttal for you.
Capricorn. Both of my parents are Capricorns. I'm an Aquarius. That's interesting.
I'ma have a rebuttal, okay? But I realized he's telling the absolute truth. My expectations be what I want, and
Hmm.
I'll try to flip it into making it something that you want, and that's not what it is. And every single time I'm let down because I expect me out of you.
And that's true. But at the same time, though, it's nothing wrong. I think people sometimes interchange, um, and I'm starting to learn that, but I think we need to discern the difference between your expectations of people and your standards.
True. That's
Because
true.
sometimes it's okay to have your standards and your boundaries with people. But yes, you do need to temper your expectations of others because they're not going to always be you. But you do have basic baseline standards of how you expect to be treated
Absolutely.
and what you do and do not will and will not accept.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that.
And and that's something I've been learning for a while, and I'm still it's a still an ongoing journey. And it's just the difference is how I treat people or how I react to things. And like I said, I lost my husband and my grandmother this year, and along with some other family members and some extended some friends who lost family members and that I'm close to that I've supported. It's been a rough year for everybody, I'm sure. And I just look at things differently now. I'm like, my main two of my main supporters are now gone, and
mm,
I have to protect myself. So if I seem like I'm really more harsh, really more cut and dry, it's because I have to have certain standards for myself. I have to enforce my boundaries for myself. And yeah, I may have expectations of people, but I don't always. But I do accept, like, oh, okay, you don't. I didn't get what I gave out, but that's okay. I accept you for where you are. I note where you are. People, and unless you really mess me over, I give people the benefit of the doubt and the room to change and grow because I want that same grace. But
absolutely.
if you've met, but the thing is that about me is that when people are like, oh, dad, you cut that person off, I gave them so much rope to hang themselves, though, like far more than most people give. So I have given you a moment. And if I've come to you and I've talked to you about something and you still continue, then you were warned. That was fair warning. So it's
Yeah.
like, you have your standards and your boundaries for yourself. It's okay to uphold them. Do not let people make you feel bad about it because they're mad that you are enforcing those. They're mad that you are holding them accountable. And I want to mention to the ladies in the comment in the chat who's talking about how they matured when they were, younger, and how men reacted to them and how women reacted to them. And I'm so sorry that happened to y'all because I have experienced that. Not that me personally firsthand, but I've seen it people around me and I've heard it. And we really do need to be better, and especially us women in our community. Like
Absolutely.
we have to not be like, now if you do see a child being quote unquote fast, then try to redirect them. Try to figure out what's going on, cuz there could be something else going on behind it, whether they're trying to fit in, whether they're trying to emulate something, or whether something is being done to them. We have to look out for them,
Absolutely.
and make sure that they are okay. And these grown men, man, listen, don't blame these girls for things that grown men are doing. You hold them accountable. That is crazy to me. Now I think about it now. Like when you were younger, yeah, you may have felt flattered. But as a grown adult now, thinking back on that, I'm like, God, what it was your problem? Like you looking at these young girls like that, you hitting on young girls like that. My
Right.
husband was older than me, but we were adults when we got together. But I'm just still like, how are you a grown adult trying to pursue a young child? Like a teenager is still a child. They don't understand. Even the most mature teenager, it still does not really fully understand
Right.
the impacts of decisions like sex and pregnancy and things like that. They may think they do, but they don't. Even people in their 20s sometimes don't even feel the impact. And no, not everybody felt flattered. I'm just saying some people may have felt flattered. Some people may have felt terrified like you did about that attention. But I just don't like, and we as women have to redirect our energy. Don't direct it at that girl, even if she's courting it. Really go after these men, because they're wrong. They're the adults. They're wrong. And
Yeah,
stop
I just
people. And I'm gonna say something else. If you got to do the same for your boys too, because there's some women out here doing some wrong stuff, and women doing stuff to girls, men doing stuff to boys. We just have to watch our children, and the children in our villages and our communities, and make sure that we are not protecting these predators out here. We just cannot.
right.
We, and I've had people in my family, which now honestly I was around someone, I did not expect them to show up, but then again I did, but I wasn't sure. My nieces and my nephew was not left alone with that person, and my sister was never didn't grow up around them, so she didn't know, and I took her to the side and I told her. I was like, there was always whispering. I don't know if there's truth, but I just would not leave, the kids around them. Not at all.
Not at all, honey.
And even my other cousins' kids, I kept an eye out. I was like, nope, not while I'm here. Nope, whether it's the truth or not while I'm here. If there's an inkling that something is wrong, and stop protecting them. Stop protecting them. Stop being like, oh, that's your uncle, that's your aunt, that's your whoever. No, no, they wrong. Protect the kids. Protect the
Protect
people who
them.
need it. But
I
I've been up here enough. I don't want to monopolize everyone, but I just wanted to let you know you aren't alone. We love you. I'm
thank you.
sorry that that's happened, but you know what? Your healing and your journey to healing is yours alone, and how you do that, there's no right or wrong. I mean, as long as you're not hurting yourself or others, there is no right or wrong. So if you got to cut people off, if you have to enforce your boundaries, if you have to say, look, this is the bare minimum of a standard that you need to meet to be in my life, then that's what you do. You got to take care of
Absolutely.
yourself first. You got to love yourself first. And and we appreciate you. We appreciate you talking about these things, sharing your stories, and just, even laughing and kikiing with us. But I really appreciate when you open your heart and you talk to us about things like this. And really, it just shows the light in you that you care about these things and you want to talk about these things. And I really appreciate it. And 2023 is going to be a better year for all of us. I put that out there in the universe.
Absolutely. I'm with you on that. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I
All
appreciate
right,
you.
love. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Thank you.
Hmm.
All right, y'all. Oh, we now this went away. I wasn't really expecting it to go. So thank you guys for the love. Here's what I wanted to talk about, and then we'll wrap it up. Um, Mister whatever that Mexican reporter name is over there dealing with the Shanquella Robinson case. I'm gonna do a whole nother video on it. Yeah, he's so busy, but we're going to talk about the fact that he is just now turning over the pictures over to the authorities after he released them over a week and a half ago. Mm. Child, I don't know what it is. I don't know why. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. But we are going to talk about it. I gotta keep you guys updated with that. We also need to do another live. I'm going to schedule this soon for Miss Jolanda Kemp. Okay, I want to speak about Miss Jolanda Kemp and about Miss Akira Kemp. We got to keep saying these names so that we can keep their voices or keep the family's voices heard, so that these people can receive justice. That's what this is about. It's not about the conspiracy theories. It's not about making up lies. It's not about none of that stuff. Whatever this man is over there doing, I'm not sure. I don't know how the Mexican journalism works or anything of that sort, but it just looks like over here he's moving without any type of integrity, without any type of understanding, without anything. And I don't understand why. Like, it's really getting gross to me. Well, it's been gross to me, but yeah, I don't know, and it's almost making me wonder how much, like, are they really trying to prosecute these people? Are they really looking for these people? This warrant has been out for an entire month. Like, what are we waiting on? Like, I don't get it. We got to talk about it because it makes me angry to literally sit back here and think there's been nothing done. Nothing. Nothing. What are we doing? What are we doing? Nothing is being done. Um, there are big people even saying that like the extradition process doesn't take this long. If there's an actual warrant out, like why haven't y'all arrested this person? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? But this it's getting very weird looking at these different conspiracy theories and what people got to say. I ain't here for it. Okay, there has been, as of now there has been no arrest made. There's only that one warrant out. And this is the reason why I feel like that man is using things for monetary gain. He made a community post and said, the people are asking me if there's a second part to the video or if there's a second video. And then he goes on to give his Cash App information. Y'all, in my gut, I feel like nothing is, I feel like they're not doing anything over there. That's just my opinion and the way I feel. I don't. I don't. And if they are, this man is up in the middle of it some kind of way. Like, how is it that you release these pictures, but you didn't even release them to the authorities, man? Like, come on. And even if you was gonna release them on YouTube first, why you ain't turn them over the next day? The picture that I have in here where it says like where it has him up here like the original thumbnail. I just took a screenshot of that last night. Actually, maybe like really early this morning. So I don't know. I don't know because again, what's going on over there in Mexico? That's the biggest thing. Like what's going on over there in Mexico? It's weird. It's weird. And something in my gut is just telling me Mexico ain't doing what they supposed to be doing. And until I get some more facts on this, I need to look into the doctor and different stuff like that because they're trying to say that there was supposed to be a lawsuit against the doctors allegedly and against some people, but now that the lawsuit is dropped and some kind, it's a lot going on. So I'm going to definitely come back and we're going to discuss it and dive deep into this because again, for me, we got to keep saying her name to receive that justice and keep her name out there because something just seems a little bit fishy about this and I can't quite this would be one of those situations where I have to be honest. I can't quite put my finger on it, but something ain't right. Something's not right. I will get to the bottom of it though. That's for sure. I will get to the bottom of it. Um, there's also something about the medical examiner too. Yeah, like it just all gives weird vibes. So um, like I said, I'm gonna do some more research, kind of figure out where all of this information is coming from. If it's coming from that man, I don't believe it until is it I don't know. It something ain't right. Um, yes, say her name. We gotta continue to say her name because that is the way that the family is going to receive justice. Same for Zakira Kemp and Miss Jolanda Kemp, and same for Mr. Rasheem Carter. Okay. Well, listen, y'all. I appreciate you. I will edit my thumbnail um to the topics that we actually discussed. Um, go get your goalies. As a matter of fact, I haven't took mine today. Like what type of time we on? What type of time we on? Like what was I thinking? Okay, so I take one app. Well, it's 1:34. I'll take one again tonight. That was my apple cider vinegar. Okay. And now I have the immune. Okay. These are the gummies. All right. This is the immune. All right. Go ahead and get you some 12% off. All right. 12% off. And I will take this one and this one when I am ready to go to bed. Okay. Ah, not not Kimmy is simply dropping the link at the same time. I mean dropping the command at the same time. Listen, y'all. I am still accepting birthday love. If you didn't get a chance to come over here to the birthday party, I am still accepting birthday love. My cash app is $ Chef Don Down 2 or via Venmo at Chef Don Down 2 as well. Listen, y'all, I want to thank you guys for really supporting me and thank you guys so much for the birthday stuff. Like, again, this was one of the best birthdays that I've had in a extremely long time, probably ever. I can't even think, yeah, ever. Just keeping it above. So again, guys, I appreciate you all so much. Please make sure you like the video on your way out. Make sure you like the video on your way out. Also, guys, I probably will do one of these lives tonight for sure. For sure. But I'll let you guys know. Okay. All right. Um, there is one more thing. Hold on. Log in. Custom. Okay, maybe I didn't put it in here. I didn't. Okay. Anyway, and thank you to those of you who have purchased things off of my Amazon wish list. Um, you must not be doing it right. What you tell? No, that's not a command. That is not a command. Yeah, that's not a command. A command is like this. Okay. And all mods have access to drop commands. But these are the commands. Now she put the exclamation mark like the video. Okay, that was funny. All right, listen, y'all. Again, I appreciate y'all so much for being here. Please make sure you like this video on your way out. You don't want to have to wash the dishes or clean the walls or the baseboards or anything like that. So, in order so you don't have to do that, make sure you like the video on your way out. Show your boy some love. Okay, share. Let everybody know where you like to hang out at over here on Chef Don Don channel. I appreciate all of my supporters, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.